Hello and welcome everyone. I am Nehal from Team Padhakku. So today we have with us this guy who's into some big companies, and now today he'll be sharing his experience of being a part of Amazon and currently working with Arcesium. Riddhi, welcome to Team Padhakku. Welcome to this podcast, and this is some place where we can have some words for all the students who are going to listen to you in near future. Welcome, Riddhi.
Yeah, thanks for having me over here.
So, Riddhi, can you just give our audience some brief about you, that who Riddhi actually is and what you are all about?
Yeah, sure. So basically, I've done my BTech in computer science from University of Engineering and Management, Kolkata. I passed out last year in 2019. Previously, I worked for EPAM Systems for the past 1 year as a backend developer. After that, I switched to Arcesium, which is a part of the D-Shaw group and which mainly works with the post-trade technologies. I was working for the treasury team as a full stack developer. Also, recently I got an offer from Amazon as software development engineer one for the Alexa team, and I will be joining this sometime in December in Hyderabad.
This is so wonderful to listen to that you have been already working with two companies and now you'll be joining Amazon as their developer. So, how do you feel about being a part of this company?
For Amazon or you Arcesium? And
Both of them.
yeah, so basically, yeah, Amazon is obviously a dream company for everyone to work over there as a developer, and it feels like a dream come true, to be very honest. And also, RCCM is a great company to work for. Actually, I haven't been for a long time in RCCM. There's mostly I think it's 3 months. So both of the companies have been really, yeah. I mean, there's some high quality work that we get to do over here.
So, as we know that Amazon is one of the dream company for all the students who are right now seeking for jobs. So, can you help them out that what was the process and how did you got into Amazon or what clicked you that yes, this is the company I should go for?
Yeah. First of all, I would say that I would give a disclaimer that this is according to my experience. Different people will have their own share of experiences. So for me, since I was from a tier 3 college, these companies didn't visit our campus. So for our campus, it was mostly the service-based companies that used to visit. So initially, I got placed into a service-based company. After that, after I got a 1 year of experience, I got started getting these calls actually from these companies like RCCM and Amazon. So basically, I did some competitive coding back during my college days, which really built up my problem solving skills. And when I used to do this competitive coding, I also saw solve some questions that are being asked in these companies. And at that time, when I first started solving these questions that are asked in Amazon and Microsoft, these companies were a distant dream for me, honestly, because like as I said, I was from a tier 3 college, and these companies didn't used to visit our campus, so I was not very sure that even if I deserve, how will I actually apply to these companies and sit for them. But still, I felt that somewhere, if I'm given a chance, I would be able to crack them, because I used to perform fairly well in these coding platforms, and also I used to solve the questions that used to come in these companies. So yeah, I just practiced, and I just built up my profile. I built up my CV. I worked on it. Had a couple of good projects, and yeah, just got the call, and I got converted it.
So, what did they see in you? Did you apply somewhere or your resume got shortlisted or what was that you came into their mind? What was that?
I'm not very sure. I mean, see, I have applied to Amazon a couple of times, but I didn't get calls actually. At that time, maybe I didn't have the required experience, or maybe something was not clicking. I made some changes to my CV actually. I made the CV in a proper format, made it a one-page CV and stuff like that. Uh, like, uh, but yeah, I'm still not sure that what actually worked for me, which was not working before. But maybe it was just the time that clicked for me, because yeah.
Right. I think, yeah, this is sometimes the luck and maybe the requirement which they wanted, and you fulfilled the requirement which they want. So,
Yeah.
like when you got shortlisted and when you got a call, so what was that after that? You went on a conference call, or was that a video call, or what was it, technical round or an HR round, or what was that about?
Yeah. So basically, for Amazon SD1, they have this, 5 technical rounds that happens usually. So first one is the online coding round, where we had two coding questions to be solved, fairly on the medium side, medium difficulty level actually. After that, there was one section where there was where I had to like explain the approach that I took the two coding questions along with the time and space complexity. And then there was another part where I there were some MCQs when mainly they were based on the behavioral part actually. So after I cleared that round, I got a call from the recruiter that I would be having two technical rounds, and those two technical rounds are all elimination rounds. And in each of the technical rounds, I was asked two DS algo questions. So at first, I was given one question, and then I gave the brute force solution. After that, the interview asked me to optimize the solution. After I gave an optimized solution, they asked me to write the production ready code, and that would pass all the edge test cases and would not have any compilation errors and stuff like that. So they just wanted a pure working code. Uh, so yeah, after that, I cleared those two rounds actually, and after that, I the recruiter got in touch with me, and two more rounds were held. One was the bar raiser round, and was the hiring manager round. So bar raiser round is basically a round where a very experienced person who is working in Amazon for let's say more than a decade will interview you, and that's a very important round actually because I've heard that these bar raisers have a veto power in rejecting a candidate. So yeah, I mean, after going through these two rounds, in a part racer round, DS algo questions were again asked, also along with like projects were also asked, like what kind of projects I've done. He and also some behavioral questions were asked. And in the hiring manager round, no DS algo questions were asked for a change, but he went into he asked me a lot of things about my projects, my professional experience so far, and gave me a lot of situations like the behavioral questions, and also asked me from questions from networking, operating systems, and a little bit of design as well. So after a week or so, after all my interviews were completed, the recruiter got in touch with me and informed me that I'm selected for the SD1 role, and I would be joining Alexa team in Hyderabad.
This is wonderful listening. So I would also wanted to know that what was the total time duration for all of the 5 plus 2 interviews?
So the total time, first of all, like it depends. Like sometimes if you need more time, you can ask the recruiter to reschedule around and give you some more time, and they're more than happy to give you that. For me, I didn't ask for that, and I think it was more than a month. It took around 1.5 months to complete, like give from to till the time I received the offer letter. It was a process of around 1.5 months, but it may vary. But normally, it is at least 1 month
Okay.
uh, for Amazon.
So do you feel that this time duration is enough or kind of hectic, or do you have a lot of pressure, or was that normal?
So if you're working, it is actually a pressure. There will be some pressure because from Monday to Friday you're working and you have a task to do. You have some responsibilities and you don't get much time to prepare. To be very honest, and you just only get time to prepare on Saturdays and Sundays. And the interviewers probably will give you a 1 week time to prepare. And at max, probably you can like reschedule it to, and you can ask for one more week. But like what's important is to be prepared if you're a working professional, and just to be prepared. Like if the interview happens tomorrow, you are prepared for it. So yeah, I was giving a lot of interviews actually, so I was kind of prepared.
Right. So, like when we know that it's a company like Amazon, and as you told that you have applied for the same company a lot of time, but yes, this time it was luck and time that favored you. So, can you just let the juniors or the students who would be joining Amazon know that what are the key pointers which you think a CV should have, and as you focused a lot on your resume that these kinds of projects should be there and whatever it is. So, can you give a tips? Can you give some tips on the kind of CV one should have to apply before for Amazon?
Basically, what I feel is your CV should not contain a lot of details, but it should only contain the details that should actually matter. That will actually matter. That your coding profile should be there. Like if you have done any competitive coding on, let's say, Code Forces or Hacker Rank, Hacker, all these details should be there. Also, like your two or three good projects, what two or three of your best projects should be there in your resume, and you should also describe like what is your role in that project, and what actually you have done in that project, and what are the tech stacks that you have used. You should give a like a brief idea about that project and your roles. Also, I think if you are a working professional, you should also mention that what kind of roles and responsibilities you've actually fulfilled while working for your team. And I think this should be pretty much it.
Right. So, building CVs and writing the actual projects which one has done, that would help them to be a part of Amazon. And also, what are the tips you think that you are going to give the juniors before joining Amazon, that they should study this thing, should keep on practicing, or what is that which you kept on doing, as you told that you were doing a lot of projects and giving a lot of interviews. So, how should they do that?
Yeah, for software engineers, if they're applying for an entry level position, for these type of companies, product companies like Amazon, one should really work on the problem solving skills. That is very important because most of these companies, they focus a lot on your data structure and algorithmic skills. Apart from that, you should be good with your basic CS fundamentals like subjects like operating systems, DBMS, networking. These sometimes these questions are also asked, questions from these topics. And also you should be very like you should know about the projects that you put up in your CV. Basically, you have to know the entire CV, and because Amazon focuses a lot on your projects and the bar raiser and the hiring managerial roles, makes you to have two good projects and to know everything in and out about them. And yeah, I mean I think that is pretty much it. That
Right. And one last question, that what is that one tip you want to give to students to keep on moving in their life for any company which they are sitting for?
Uh, basically, I will say that don't give up hope. Like I feel that your efforts won't go in vain, and they would eventually find a way. Just keep on practicing. Don't lose hope, and just ensure that when the opportunity comes, you would be ready. And I think, yeah, I mean, that would be good. And best of luck to all my juniors.
I think, Riddhi, talking to you about all these companies and the way you have told about the process, the interviews, and the tips to the students, I think this must help them. And concluding to the session, it was wonderful talking to you, the insights and everything. So, on the behalf of Team Padhakku, I take this opportunity to say a heartfelt thanks for taking out time for us and letting the juniors and the students who will be joining soon to know how it is and what is the process. And we also wish you luck for your future endeavors and hope you rise and shine a lot of times and you get all the opportunities you're thinking for. And we wish you luck for everything. Thank you so much, Riddhi.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My pleasure.